In today's demonstration, we'll go ahead and edit a site, and I'll show you how to add a page and show you how to set it up so you can navigate to that page. So we'll go into here and edit one of your sites, and then we will put, it's already in the edit state, so we'll go ahead and select where we want to add our navigation button for going to the new page. But first, we actually need to create a new page. So we'll come over here to the new page button, and we'll enter a page name. So let's go ahead and create a page for showing events. We'll give it a nice name that will show up well on the URL up here when somebody goes to that page. So it says this page name already exists, which is fine. We'll just say okay to that. We'll cancel out of that. And then we already have our navigation bar selected. However, we could add it to any place in our website, but let's add it someplace where it makes sense. So right here on the navigation bar, we will go ahead and add a button. You don't necessarily have to add a button, but let's use a button for this example. And we'll double click on that, and we'll just call it the same thing, events. However, you could name it whatever you want. Now, we've named it events, and let's go into the settings of this events, this button object, and we will come down here to display page, and the page that we want to display is the events page. And then we want to select the item, so we want to display the events page in this general area right here where we've been displaying home and contact us and so forth. So that area was already named as main pages displayer. So that's where our events page will be displayed. Then we'll hit OK. And now we can go over to navigate, and if we click on events, it'll bring up our events page. Now it's a blank page, so we can go ahead and add some things such as a text box. Move this text box over here, make it a little bit wider. We'll double click it to edit the text, select all the text by hitting Control or Command A, and then we'll call this event wedding on August 20, 2018. Okay, so nothing special there. And then let's go ahead and add an image. So let's select one of the images that we have uploaded. So let's double click on the wedding image, drag it over here. Now we can do two things. We can either stretch the image like this, or we can stretch it like that, or we can choose one of these corners and maintain what's called the aspect ratio. All right. So we'll put that right there, and then we can add another event, so another text box, for instance, and we'll double click on that and call it birthday. All right, and then let's add the birthday picture. All right, here we go. There's the birthday picture. Now let's align our text, and we'll do a vertical alignment of left, or we could choose right, whatever we want. And then okay, so those are aligned left, and then let's go ahead and align these images to the left, and we can make their width and height the same. However, we don't want to make their width and height the same because then it messes up their aspect ratio. So we'll just drag that and revert it to the correct aspect ratio. All right, so there we go. So now we can navigate from our contacts page, our about page, our services page, and now our events page. And that's how we add a new page to our website. So the neat thing about the unique website builder website builder is that we can put our navigation pages wherever we want, as well as our navigation buttons or objects wherever we want. So here's a demonstration to add a simple box or item, and we can change the color of that item to something like this. Click OK. And then we can go ahead and make it a little bit bigger. And then we can go ahead and add a page to this item. So click on New Page, and we'll give it a page name of Wedding. And then let's go ahead and add another page for Birthday. And then we need a way of displaying those pages. So we'll click up here, go ahead and add a button. We'll call this one Wedding. Another button. And we will call this one Birthday. All right, so as before with the events button, we'll just go in and edit the weddings object button, and we will come down to display page, and we will display the wedding page and display an item. So we didn't name our item that we want to display it in yet, so we'll just hit OK to that. So we'll come over here to, this is the item we want to display it in. So we'll go and give that item a name. So we'll call it our events displayer. Right now we can go to the weddings object and we can say display wedding page. We want to display it inside the events displayer item. Okay. So we'll hit OK to that. And we'll do the same thing with birthday button. Come down here and we'll say display page. And we'll display the birthday page, and we will display it in the same events displayer item. And hit OK to that. So now we can come over here to navigate, click on the wedding button, and we bring up the page for our wedding. And we can go ahead and go back to edit, drag our image into that, and it'd probably be good to put a border around that displayer item so that we can see the border at least, or change the color. So why don't we do that? Let's edit that page that we created, and let's just choose a different color so we actually can see where we're putting our items. We can choose the same color we used before for the actual item that's displaying these pages. Hit OK to that. Okay, so now you can see it's a little bit easier to figure out where we're sticking these items. Okay, so we just have a little label up here, and then there's our image, and we can put it wherever we want. All right, so that's for that wedding page. Now let's go to navigate again, click on birthday, and I'll bring up the page for our birthday. And there, once again, before we move the objects, we'll change the color so it's a little bit easier to figure out where we're putting things. All right, so there's our color again, and it's good color for weddings and birthdays. All right, so we'll go back to this little birthday label, drag it into here, and then our birthday picture, put it right here, and there you go. So we can go back to select. All right, so here's the trick. We have, we're displaying a page within that item that displays our wedding and birthday page. So when we're on a page, we can't edit that position of that object because it's inside an item. So what we need to do is we'll create just a temporary button or item. And what we'll do is we'll tell that item that's responsible for displaying our events to display no page so that we can move the object. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So we'll display no page, and we will display that blank or no page inside our events displayer. Hit OK to that, go to navigate. So when we click on that, now we're back to our item that we use to display the wedding and birthday event pages. So we can click on it, you can see now we can move it. Or we can move this thing over here, and we can just say, let's vertically align this in the parent center so we don't have to guess where the center is. And then maybe we'll move it up a little bit and then hit parent center vertical again. And then we'll come over here. Let's move this blank page displayer out of the way. So we'll put this wedding button here and birthday thing here. And of course, you can change the look of this button and make it look however you want, including just displaying the wedding label itself without any borders or background colors. All right. Okay, so there we go. So we have a wedding and a birthday button, and it's centered on our screen. So now we can go ahead and delete this temporary button that gets us back to the item that displays our event pages. And we can go back to navigate, and you can see that we have the wedding and the birthday page displaying on our events page up here. So you can see if we go back to services, there's our blank services page. And then we can go to about, and you can see some about information. And then we can go back to our events page. And then within our events page, we can go to the wedding and the birthday pages. So you can see we can just keep nesting pages and nesting items that display those pages however deep we want. So it's just a good idea to give your items a good name, your pages a good name, because those page names will actually display up here in your URL when your users navigate to that location on your website. So you want to give them something that's easy to read. So there's a demonstration of how to create new pages on your website and how to set up navigation items to get to those pages on your website.